Shabbat Shalom, brothers and sisters. Shabbat Shalom. This is your brother Shem Ya'ala and Elder Shem Ya'ala of Hebrew Israelite Sanctuary. How about that? But anyway, we're going to do a short lesson. Most I will. Long or short, don't matter. It's a Shabbat night. Whatever I don't finish tonight, I'll finish the most I will tomorrow. And we're going to begin with a opening prayer. And let's begin. It says, let's go. Barakathaya Hawa, Ahawa Al, Athananawa, Awar, Ashabath, Bashalawam. The Lord's Prayer. Abanawa, Shabashamayam, Kwadash, Haya, Shemka, Yahweh, Malakotka, Taba'a, Ratazaka, Haya, Bashamayam, Athananawa, Lacham, Kal, Yawam, Wasalachnawa, Chabawafinawa, with Chabawafinawa, Kasalachnawa, Chabawafinawa, Wala'a, Tobianawa, Banasaya 1, Abal, Haishanawa, Man, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwat, Waha'ala, Wahataparath, Laiwalamyam, Aman. From there, we go into H.I.S, Matazawa, the Ten Commandments, La'a, Yahaya, Laka, Alahayim, Achayim, Panya, La'a, Thaisha, Laka, Pasal, Wala'a, Thaibadam, La'a, Lakwak, Ath, Sham, Yahweh, Bashawa, Zakar, Hayawam, Hashabath, Lakwadashwa, Kabad, Abaka, Wa'amaka, La'a, Tharatazak, La'a, Thana'ap, La'a, Thaganab, La'a, Thaina, Shakur, La'a, Thakamad, Kol, Aishara, Lara'ika, Aman. Psalms 121. Anasha, Ayamyanya, Al, Hayam, Mahayan, Yabawa'a, Isaiah, Yabawa'a, Mayahawa, Shaisha, Shemayim, Wa'arataza, Laka, Yanathan, Lamawat, Regalia, Yala'a, Nawam, Shashamaria, Hana, Yala'a, Nawam, Wala'a, Yashan, Shashawamar, Yasha'ala, Yahweh, Shamaria, Yahweh, Isaiah, Al, Yamyanyad, Yad, Hashamash, Yala'a, Hachaya, Bayawam, Wala'a, Halabana, Balayala, Yahweh, Yashamaria, Makol, Rai, Yashamar, Napasha, Yahweh, Yashamar, Hawalakia, Wabuwa'aya, Ma'aitha, Wa'aid, Iwalam, Aman. All right, that was Psalms. You read the Psalms. That was Psalms 1. Let me get it first before I say it. Psalms 121 in the English. I lift up my eyes unto the hills from whence cometh my help. My help coming from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. He will suffer thy foot to be moved. Salakia, he will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth thee, Israel, shall neither slumber nor sleep. For Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth, and even forevermore. Amen. All right. From there, let's read one more Psalms. Let's read Psalms 23. I ain't got that one. Let's read Psalms 23. Let's read Psalms 23. Bear with me. Psalms 23 reads, Yahweh is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me. Salakia. Wow. Well, I'm reading the English. I've got to read the Hebrew first. Salakia. Yahweh. Ra'aya. La'ah. Akasar. Manawath. Dashah. Yarabotazanaya. Al. Maya. Manawa'ak. Salakia. Manawakach. Yanashat. Hold on. Yanahalyanaya, Napasha, Yashawab, Shlaki, Yashawabab, Yanakanaya, Bamagalya, Tazadat, Lama'ain, Shamwa, Gom, Kaya, Alak, Bagaya, Tazalamwath, La'ah, Ayara, Rai, Kaya, Atha, Amaja, Shabatka, Wamashanathka, Hamath, Yanachamnaya, Salaki, Yanachamna Aya, Tharaka, Salaki, Tharaika, Lapanya, Shakhan, Nagad, Tazaraya, Dashata, Slaki, Dashanta, Bashaman, Ra'asha, Kawas, Ya, Rawaya, Ach, Tawab, Wakasad, Yaradapyanawa, Kol, Aman. I'm going to read in the English. Tell I ain't read that in a while, but I'm going to read the English. Yahweh is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod, thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of my enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil, my cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of Yahweh forever. Amen. Shalom. Yeshabiim, be seated. Or be at rest, Slacky. But anyway, real quick, I'm going to do this because I keep making that mistake. Usually we say stand and face east, but Yeshabiim. Be seated if you can. Anyway, Salakia for that. But yeah, man, blow the trumpet in Zion. You know, blow the trumpet. So this is a time of war. Quiet as it kept. It's a time of war. I don't know if people. I might change my topic the way I'm going, but I don't know if people been aware of the news, man. America, China bombed one of America's oil tankers out in the seas. So it's wartime. It's been that way for a couple of years now. Yeah, a couple of years. I said that. So we still at war. I mean, you know, it's a time of war. I want to say that. I'm gonna say that we talk. It's a time of war. But this is like a short, brief lesson. I might veer off a little, but bear with me. I guess the topic could be Remnant Yasharahla. And I don't think I had it in any particular order, so I'm going to start it with work it back and Most High will precepts. Most High bring some precepts to me because this wasn't really. Actually, I kind of messed up my notes, but Remnant Yasharahla basically is the topic. I'm starting. I don't know if I should start in Revelation, but I'm gonna see because I had jotted stuff down and only highlighted some. Anyway, but some notes. But either way, let's go to Most High with me. You're gonna bring me, help me with this lesson. Rakak Wadash. All right, Revelation 7 and 1. It reads. I think I'm gonna start at 1. Revelation 7 and 1 reads, "And after these things I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree. And I saw another angel ascend from the east, having the seal of the living power, and he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea." So they was holding back what? Destruction. The 4 winds was destruction, right? "Saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of Yahweh in their foreheads." Right? 4th verse reads, "And I heard the number of them which were sealed, and there were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Yasharahla." So in the 3rd verse, he says, saying, "Hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our power in their foreheads." So it's showing you he was going to seal the remnant, and out of the remnant, because it tells you in the 4th verse, the army, the 144,000. Those were scattered in the 4 winds of the earth. And the 4 winds of the earth are the 4 directions: north, south, east, and west. Okay? So when it says in the 1st verse, Revelation 7 and 1, it says, "And after these things I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth." So it's showing you what? The directions. The 4 corners of the earth is north, south, east, and west. And it was holding back what? A destruction. Right? Until we seal the servants of the Most High. That's what it says. Till we have, 3rd verse, till we have sealed the servants of Yahweh in their foreheads. Let's go to Ezekiel 9 and 4. Ezekiel 9. Let's read in front. Ezekiel 9 and 4 reads, Ezekiel 9 and 4 reads, "And Yahweh said unto him, Go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof." He says, let me read the 4th verse again. And Yahweh said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. Right, meaning he was sealing them with the knowledge. In your forehead is a brain, and he was sealing them with the seal of knowledge. What is the knowledge? Of who they are, and the knowledge of this Bible. That you are Yasharahla. And they were sealed. Right? So that's the remnant. Right? From there, let's go to Psalm. From there, let's go to Joel. 2nd chapter, right? Joel, 2nd chapter. If you hear noise, that's the neighbor, not me. I don't have no animals. Anyway, Joel, 2nd chapter. Joel, 2nd chapter. Give me bear with me for a second. Here's that before. Here's after Hosea. Joel, 2nd chapter, and we're going to start at the 3rd verse. Wait a minute. Just messed me up. Just had it. Yeah. Joel, 2nd chapter, and 3rd verse reads, A fire devoured before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The land is as the garden of Eden before them, and behind them is a desolate wilderness. Yea, and nothing shall escape them. The appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, and as horsemen so shall they run. Like the noise of chariots on the tops of mountains shall they leap, like the noise of a flame of fire that devoured the stubble, as a strong people set in battle array. Before their face the people shall be much pain, all faces shall gather blackness. They shall run like mighty men, they shall climb the wall like men of war, and they shall march every one on his ways, and they shall not break rank, meaning they shall not fight amongst each other. So it's showing you that army again, and this is basically going to be the 144,000. This is the army out of the remnant, for you to understand. And they of course are sealed. So it's showing you a time after the destruction, because when you read, it says before them is the garden of, before them the land is as the, he said the land is as the garden of Eden before them, and behind them is a desolate wilderness. Yea, and nothing shall escape them, showing you that this is going to happen when we in the actual wilderness. But what's ahead of them, not far from them, is our homeland. Physically, it's going to be that way. So, because a lot of people was talking this crazy stuff on social media, particularly Facebook, about, because they kept bringing up the topic of rapture and all that. And if y'all seen my lessons, y'all already know the topic of the wilderness. You have to do a long scroll down and find it. I already covered that, and I did it on my version, put it like that, because a lot of people teach on certain topics, same topics. But my version, I already been there, done that. And it's kind of like I'm gonna be going over some of the topic again, as I see. Right? So it's showing you that this is gonna happen. Those men of war that come is gonna come out after they be fed, you know, in the wilderness for that short period of time. They're gonna be prepared for war, man. These are the ones that's gonna be resurrected too. Some of them that's gonna be, that the scripture says the dead in Christ, Hamashiach Yahweh shall rise first, and those that remain shall be caught up. So some of them gonna be part of that army, right? And when they resurrect, they're gonna be transported. You ain't going up in the spirit world. You're gonna be They're gonna be transported. And I'm kind of like going in my old class, but it is what it is. So I just gotta flow with the spirit. But from there, let's go to not to veer too far off. Let's go to Psalms. We might go back to Ezekiel too, but let's go to Psalms right now. Psalms 91. I'm only gonna read a few verses out of it, but let's go to Psalms 91 chapter, 91st chapter, 9 and 1. Right? Excuse me, slack. Psalms 91. Psalms 91. Psalms 91 in the first verse reads, He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of Yahweh, He is my refuge and my fortress, my power, in Him will I trust. Surely He shall deliver me, surely He shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. He shall cover thee with His feathers, and under His wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. Right, so when it says, surely He shall, in the third verse, He says, surely He shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence, showing you there's a deliverance happening. There's a deliverance, a salvation of Yasharahla taking place, because what's a noisome pestilence? We know pestilence, but what's a noisome pestilence? It's describing a destruction, or what we would call a nuclear destruction. Okay? This was King David was shown this. Right? And the Most High showing you that it showed him that when you read the fourth verse, you're going to be protected. He's going to be protected. The remnant is going to be protected. It says, He shall cover thee with His feathers. In the fourth verse, He shall cover thee with His feathers, and under His wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. Meaning you're going to be protected by the Most High. Fifth verse says, Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor the arrow that flieth by day. Sixth verse, nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday. Seventh verse, 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee, meaning near thee. Eighth verse, only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked. So King David was shown the salvation of Yasharahla, the remnant of Yasharahla. Right? So this king was showed this. King David was showed this. He was revealed this. And y'all can read the rest on your own. But from there, let's go to Ezekiel 20th chapter. Because I'm going to just, like I said, I'm going to just do a run through. But it's still dealing with what? The remnant of Yasharahla. Ezekiel 20th chapter. I'm going to go into a little bit about the remnant of Yasharahla. So Ezekiel 20th chapter. Ezekiel 20th chapter. I'm going to start at the... I'm going to start at... I'm going to start too far back. 20th chapter. I thought I had a pen close by. Must have moved it. Wait a minute, I know why I got one. Hold on 1 second. Ezekiel 23. Y'all bear with me for 1 minute. Matter of fact, I don't got to do a lot. I seen something. I know I left some up on there. It's a lock here for that. Ezekiel 20th chapter. Now, I think I'm going to start at the 33rd verse. See what happens there. All right? It reads, As I live, saith Yahweh, surely with a mighty hand and with a stretched out arm and with fury poured out, will I rule over you, and I will bring you out from the people and will gather you out of the countries wherein ye are scattered with a mighty hand and with a stretched out arm and with fury poured out. And I will bring you into the wilderness of the people, and there will I plead with you face to face. And then how is he going to do that? Who represents the Most High? The angels of the Most High represent him. So that's who's going to be there. Because you are going to be coming off those chariots too. But let's read. I will plead with you face to face, like as I pleaded with your fathers in the wilderness of the land of Egypt. So will I plead with you, saith Yahweh. I will cause you to pass under the rod, and I will bring you into the bond of the covenant, and I will purge out from among you the rebels and them that transgress against me. I will bring them forth out of the country where they sojourn, and they shall not enter into the land of Yasharahla, and ye shall know that I am Yahweh. Yeah, because you're going to have rebels, like the scripture said, and he's going to purge them out. And you know what that means. Somebody's going to lay down. Somebody's going to be forever sleepy. And I don't want that experience myself. From there, let's go to Isaiah. Because we're talking about the remnant, and the remnant, of course, is scattered. Right? Let's go to Isaiah. Isaiah 11. Isaiah 11 and 11 reads, And there shall come forth a rod out of the stem of Jesse, and a branch shall grow out of his roots. Salakia. We're not going to go to that. We're going to jump down to the 11th verse. Salakia. Isaiah 11 chapter and 11 verse. And it shall come to pass in that day that Yahweh shall set his hand again a second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria and from Egypt and from Pathros and from Cush, which is Ethiopia, and from Elam, which is India, East India, right? And from Shinar and from Hamath and from the islands of the sea, right? So these are some of the places that he's gonna gather them, right? So from there, let's go to From there, let's go to Jeremiah 16. Jeremiah 16. Oh, since after that. Jeremiah 16. And yeah, Jeremiah 16. And I like this one. Well, this is specific. This is a difference because it's going to show you what's going to happen on this deliverance of Yasharahla, the remnant of Yasharahla. Jeremiah 16 chapter, and we're going to start at the 14th verse. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith Yahweh, that it shall no more be said, Yahweh liveth that brought up the children of Yasharahla out of the land of Egypt. But Yahweh liveth that brought up the children of Yasharahla from the land of the north, and from all the lands whither he had driven them. And I will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers. Behold, I will send for many fishes, saith Yahweh, and they shall fish them. Let me read 15 again. But Yahweh, he said in 15th verse, but Yahweh liveth that brought up the children of Yasharahla from the land of the north. The land of the north is North America. And from all the lands whither he had driven them, and I will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers. 16th verse, behold, I will send for many fishes, saith Yahweh, and they shall fish them. And after I will send for many fish hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain, and from every hill, and out of the holes of the rocks. Right, meaning they're going to be hunted. Right, so this is that army. The army of Yasharahla going to be doing that. They're literally going to be in them underground cities they have. They showed that on different platforms, even on the internet. So I spoke on this before, but yeah, that's going to actually happen. So it's showing you only the remnant, the army that's coming out of the remnant is going to be able to be the ones to be able to do that. And the Most High is going to identify them when he cleansed Israel in the wilderness. Right? So from there, let's go to Isaiah 31, going back a book. Isaiah 31, right? Isaiah 31 chapter and the 4th and 5th verse. Just like I said, this is just a short run through, right? It says, For thus hath Yahweh spoken unto me, like as the lion and the young lion roaring on his prey. Let me see, hold on a second. Yeah, that's the 4th verse, right? I'm going to start at the 4th again. For thus hath Yahweh spoken unto me, as the lion and the young lion roaring on his prey. When a multitude of shepherds is called forth against him, he will not be afraid of their voice, nor abase himself for the noise of them. So shall Yahweh out of one of hosts come down to fight for Mount Zion, and for the hill thereof. 5th verse, as birds flying, so will Yahweh out of one of hosts defend Jerusalem. Defending also he will deliver it, and passing over he will preserve it. Showing you when it says mention the birds, is talking about, he said as birds flying, showing you that's a metaphor. Showing you the it's going to be actually chariots, like it's mentioned in Ezekiel and other books. It's a comparison. He compares them to birds, but we know it's going to be chariots. Those that read their Bible and know the Bible, those are actually going to be chariots. And where he's going to go? In the land of Israel. He's going to be in the land of Israel defending it. 6th verse says, turn ye unto him from whom the children of Yasharahla have deeply revolted. Yeah, you revolted. You broke the law, statutes, commandments. You broke the covenant. So he's talking about those of Negroid descent, the 12 sons of Jacob, the 12 tribes of Israel, the 12 families of Israel. Okay? Dark-skinned people, Negroid descent. Okay? No Caucasoid. Right? Dark-skinned people, 12 sons of Jacob. Right? From there, let's go to Zephaniah. Zephaniah 3 and Zephaniah 3rd chapter. Let's just go there. Yeah, there you go. Zephaniah 3rd chapter. And we're going to start at the 10th verse. It reads, from beyond the rivers of Ethiopia, my suppliants, even the daughter of my dispersed, shall bring mine offering. It says, beyond the rivers of Ethiopia. Right? From beyond the rivers of Ethiopia, my suppliants, even the daughters of my dispersed, shall bring mine offering. 11th verse, and that day shalt thou not be ashamed for all thy doings, wherein thou hast transgressed against me. For then I will take away out of the midst of thee them that rejoice in thy pride, and thou shalt no more be haughty because of my holy mountain. 12th verse, I will also leave in the midst of thee an afflicted and poor people, and they shall trust in the name of Yahweh. 13th verse, the remnant of Yasharahla shall not do iniquity. I'm going to repeat that again. The remnant of Yasharahla shall not do iniquity, nor speak lies, neither shall a deceitful tongue be found in their mouth. For they shall feed and lie down, and none shall make them afraid. Right? 14th verse, sing, O daughter of Zion, shout, O Yasharahla, be glad and rejoice with all the heart, O daughter of Yasharahla, of Jerusalem. 15th verse, Yahweh have taken away thy judgments, and he have cast out thy enemy. The king of Yasharahla, even Yahweh Adawan, is in the midst of thee. Thou shalt not see evil no more. And that's a blessing, man. That's a beautiful day that's coming. It's right at the door, brother and sisters. From there, let's go to Hosea. Hosea. Hosea 11 chapter. Yeah, Hosea 11 chapter, and we're going to start at the 10th verse. It reads, they shall walk after Yahweh. He shall roar like a lion. When he shall roar, then the children shall tremble from the west, meaning west of Africa. They shall tremble as a bird out of Egypt, as a dove out of the land of Assyria. And I will place them in their houses, saith Yahweh. Ephraim compasseth me about with, that's going to something else, Salakia. But 10 and 11 verses what I read. From there, from there, we're going to go to Isaiah. Go back to Isaiah. Isaiah 31, and we're going to read the 31 and the 4th verse. It reads, "For thus saith Salakia." Maybe I should have put this down. I keep looking over the whole time. Wow. Okay, I think this is a little better. I still look like I'm leaning over, but anyway. Isaiah 31 and verse 4 reads, "For thus have Yahweh spoken unto me, like as the lion and the young lion roaring on his prey. When a multitude of shepherds is called forth against him, he will not be afraid of their voice, nor abase himself for the noise of them. So shall Yahweh out of one of hosts come down to fight for Mount Zion and for the hill thereof." Yeah, I read this already, Salakia. From there, let's go to Zechariah. Let's go to Zechariah. Zechariah 14th chapter. Let's see. Did I read this? Zechariah is the last one. I think it's right before the last one. Zechariah 14th chapter. And we're going to start at the first verse. Everybody, well, know that, see my class, we're going to read it again because I said this is a run through. And we're dealing with the Remnant of Yasharahla and somewhat the deliverance. First verse, "Behold, the day of Yahweh cometh, and thy spoil shall be divided in the midst thereof." Slakia. "Behold, the day of Yahweh cometh, and thy spoil shall be divided in the midst of thee." Second verse, "For I will gather all nations against Jerusalem to battle, and the city shall be taken, and the highest houses rifled, and the women ravished, and half of the city shall go forth into captivity, and the residue of the people shall not be cut off from the city." Third verse, then shall out of Yahweh go forth, then shall out of one go forth and fight against those nations, as when he fought in the day of battle. And his feet shall stand in that day upon the Mount of Olives, which is before Jerusalem on the east, and the Mount of Olives shall cleave in the midst thereof toward the east and toward the west, and there shall be a very great valley, and half of the mountain shall remove toward the north, and half of it toward the south. And ye shall flee to the valley of the mountains, for the valley of the mountains shall reach unto Azal. Yea, ye shall flee like as ye fled from before the earthquake in the days of Uzziah, king of Judah. And out of one my power, and the out of one Yahweh my power shall come, and all the saints with thee. And it shall come to pass in that day that the light shall not be clear nor dark. So it's showing you this is future prophecy. And it's talking about when Yahweh shall appear. This is what's going to happen, and he's going to appear in the land of Yasharahla. He literally going to be, I said this in another class, he's going to be a titan. Remember the scripture said in Isaiah, "He shall not meet thee as a man." So it's showing you he's coming like a big giant. And he's going to place his foot where we just read. So yeah, no exaggeration. Is this going to happen exactly the way he says it? Right? From there, let's go to Isaiah. Back to Isaiah, right? Isaiah 60, everybody, most seasoned brothers should be familiar with this. Isaiah 63. Because I said it's going to be a good run through. Isaiah 63, right? It reads, "Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Basra, that this that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save. Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine fat? I have trodden the winepress alone, and the people there was none with me. For I will tread them in my anger, and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my raiment. For the day of vengeance is in my heart, and the year of my redeemed is come. So it's showing you what? This is Yahushua once again. And he's going to cause this death upon the children of Edom. And we know who's in Basra, the Khazars, Amalek, the Amalekites, the Khazars, they there, being imposters and frauds and squatters on our land and causing all types of hell, especially that little monster, Milikowski, that's his real name, a.k.a. Ben Netanyahu, his people, okay? Yeah, that's your future, damn it. How about that? That's your very near future. Right? So yeah, we're gonna see who's the king of terror is. And hands down, you're gonna know because you're gonna be bleeding out. He says it in the word, man. It's not by words, the words of the Most High. He said, let's read that again, because you know it's one of my favorite precepts, right? He said, third verse, I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me. For I will tread them in my anger, and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my raiment. Yeah. He's telling you he's going to put you to damn death. And he wants your blood on his garment, and he's going to get it. Yeah, man, that's his job. He going to do his job, unlike the knuckleheads. The other, some of the, but anyway, it is what it is. I'll just leave it alone. But, bonus part, I want to read this, and we're going to jump around a little bit. We're going to go back to, well, this is a little off topic, but we're still dealing with the Bible, right? But it's not too far-fetched because we mentioned King David, right? Yeah. Who was King David? It's like a little short bonus part of the lesson. Who was King David? I'm going to see if y'all got your thinking cap on. And this is going to be a little challenge for me because I haven't went over these precepts in a while, but it's all good. Most High will bless, right? Who was King David? What did he promise him? Let's go to the apostles, matter of fact, the 12. Let's deal with that. Matthew. Let's go to the book of Matthew. Let's go to Matthew 19th chapter. Right? And all praises to the Most High for those that believe in the whole Bible, the Old Testament as well as the New Testament, right? Who understand line upon line and precept upon precept. Matthew 19 chapter, and we're going to start at the 27th verse reads, Then answered Peter and said unto him, Behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee. What shall we have therefore? Salaki. Therefore, yeah. And Yahushua said unto them, Verily I say unto you, that which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, ye also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Yasharahla. Right? How do we know? And this was mentioned to who? King David. How do we know? Let's go to Psalms. You see, you gotta go. Before you understand the New Testament, you gotta go to the Old Testament, right? Psalms 24. Psalms 24. And we're going to start at the, wait a minute. Did I get there? Wait a minute. I'm way over here. So I'm in the book of Psalms. I forgot, it's got a lot of chapters. Psalms 24. Bear with me. I'm almost there. Okay, here we are. Psalms 24. And we're going to start at the 7th verse. Reads, remember not the sins. Salaki, that was 25th verse. Salaki. Psalms 24, verse 7. Lift up your heads, O ye gates, and be ye lift up, ye everlasting doors, and the King of glory shall come in. Who is the King of glory? Yahweh strong and mighty, Yahweh mighty in battle. Lift up your heads, O ye gates, even lift them up, ye everlasting doors, and the King of glory shall come in. Who is the King of glory? Yahweh out of one of hosts, he is the King of glory. Salah. So he said, 7th verse, lift up your heads, O ye gates, and be ye lift up, ye everlasting doors. He said, lift up your heads. People have heads. He said, lift up your heads, O ye gates, and be ye lift up, ye everlasting doors, and the King of glory shall come in. Right? Who is the King of glory shall come in? Who is the King of glory? Out of one strong and mighty, out of one mighty in battle. 9th verse, lift up your heads, O ye gates, even lift them up, ye everlasting doors, and the King of glory shall come in. This showing you that in a 24th verse and in the 24th chapter, Salakia, in the 7th verse, it's showing you that what gates is this talking about? The 12 gates mentioned in Revelation. We just read in Matthew. Who was given that? You should be judging the 12 tribes. When you read the book of Ezekiel, especially the book of Revelation, what names was on each gate? Each tribe. And he said, you're going to be judging the 12, so they're going to be governing that army of the 12 tribes of Israel. Each tribe is on a gate. Let's go read it real quick. Revelation. Right? Let's see. Bear with me a minute. Let's see something. Checking. Trying to get to it a little faster. A little faster. Right. So Revelations. We're going to go to Revelations real quick. It's been a while. That's what I'm saying. Revelations 21. And Revelations 21, and we're going to start at 12. And had a great wall. Well, we know it's talking about the new heaven, new earth. It says New Jerusalem. Where we start? I start up a little further up. Let's see. Let's start at Revelations 21:10. It says, "And he carried me away in the spirit to a great and high mountain, and showed me that great city, the holy Jerusalem, descending out of heaven from Yahweh, having the glory of Yahweh, and her light was like unto a stone most precious, even like jasper stone, clear as crystal." 12th verse. "And had a wall great and high, and had 12 gates." See, they'll go to 12 gates. And at the gates 12 angels, and names written thereon, which are the names of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. And on the east 3 gates, on the north 3 gates, and on the south 3 gates, and on the west 3 gates. And the wall of the city had 12 foundations, and in them the names of the 12 apostles of the Lamb. See? Can't get around that. As a matter of fact, let's go to, I think it reads the same, but let's read Matthew 16 and verse 18. Let's like it. Yeah, Matthew 16, verse 18. Because we was in 19. We read 19, but we're going to read Matthew 16. Let's see what it says there. Matthew 16 and verse 18 reads, "And I say also unto thee that thou art Peter, and upon this rock I will build my church, and the gates of hell shall not prevail against it." 19th verse, "And I will give unto thee the keys of the kingdom of heaven, and whosoever thou shalt bind on, and whatsoever thou shalt bind on earth shall be bound in heaven, and whatsoever thou shalt loose on earth shall be loosed in heaven. Then charged he his disciples that they should tell no man that he was Hamashiach Yahushua." See? So it gave that, it gave that precept, but we know the one out, yeah, see? That's in Revelations 21 and 14. But the one I read was in Matthew 19 and 27, but in 28 verse. Just so y'all to note that down. But showing you, man, they're going to be judging the 12 tribes of Israel, man. That was given to the apostles. And Peter was King David. Yeah, Peter was King David. And I mentioned that for showing you that regeneration or reincarnated, everybody want to call it, is regeneration. You come back in the earth. I just put up a video recently of the story of a young lady of her course. It was topic Hebrew scatter. So y'all can go look at that and showing how the young son came back and he didn't speak no English. The only thing he knew was the language or dialect of a Nigerian Hebrew dialect, the dialect of a Nigerian and he spoke to a brother from Yoruba. Yeah, man, showing you these spirits come back in the earth. And Peter will be back because he is King David. When y'all read and search the scriptures, that's who that is, man. Matter of fact, you can go back to the book of Deuteronomy and showing you. He said, showing you even there, and all up in the Old Testament. Yeah, it's long. But one day I'll go over that again. I did that with a brother up in Rochester. Brother was very well, learned a lot over a short period of time. And we went over that. And we dispelled that whole thing about Solomon. But that's going off into something else. But with that, I'm going to say shalom. I'm going to end the class. It was a brief class. A brief run through. Most High will I get more in depth with lesson. For sure, I know I will. It'll be way longer than this, and you'll see when it come up. Most High will it be this month, and because I put it off a long time, and I'm gonna keep it a surprise once again. With that, I say Shalom Yasharahla. Have a blessed Shabbat, blessed weekend. Enjoy the rest of your weekend and Shabbat. Shalom Yasharahla. Kwam Yasharahla. Kwam Yasharahla. Shalom. All praise to Yahweh Shemel Shah, Barakatah. All praise to the 12 tribes scattered in the four corners of the earth. Shalom, 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 and the elders. Shalom.